So
not everybody can do that.
Yeah, mindset.
Mindset.
Okay. Let me just log in. Okay, so we're live on the YouTube. Okay, we're logged in. Right, let me just grab my phone, make sure nobody's messaging me. Oh, okay. Seems like that US Steel position's actually moved. Yeah? No. I was actually hoping it would take me out so I could get into something else. Okay. Okay, so let's share screen. There we go. Control Alt Shift H. Okay, so we're up and we're running. Let's have a look, see at what we lift. Obviously, that's completely out. It's actually made a new support out of the previous high, which is pretty expected. So I'm expecting that to tear on up now. It's got its green candle. That's even a possible entry now on lift, which is bizarre. United States Steel, the one that we're in. It's bounced off the trend line. The stochastics is up. Yeah, it's looking like it's progressing in the direction that we want. So now we just wait on that. Daily. Just trying to see what. Oh, so it was 184 take profit. Okay, so we just wait on that one on US Steel. So yeah, what we're going to do now is I'm going to create. So we've got the markets tab, warrior trading. I don't really need his. These are all like penny stocks, so I can get rid of these. The REITs, that's for more personal investing. ARC, we've got my workspace. What was on this one? So that one we can use. The December watch list, obviously that can go. Okay. We've also got hot list that can stay. Workspace 2, that can go. Got Darren's watch list, that can go. It's been a while.
So I'll see you next week if you're in.
All right, Sean. Yeah, no problem.
What everything's where it should be.
Okay.
Where's that?
See you later.
CH list. What is the CH list? Don't know what that is. Jan. Yeah, that can go as well. iShares, Nasdaq, biotechnology. That can go. What else? My ETFs, want to keep them. Earnings, so we'll just change my workspace, this one, into sectors. So sectors are watch lists. We need to delete some of these watch lists as well. Okay, so watch list can go. So that one can go. Oh, never let me delete it. All right. Okay, penny stocks watch list. I'm gonna keep that because that took me a while to make. USA small caps, gonna keep that. Warrior trading watch list. I'll keep that as well. FX up, go. Sniper list. Also go. That can go. FTSE down, that can definitely go. Definitely don't trade anywhere. Anymore. FTSE down, that can go. S&P down, that can go. S&P up, that can go. Earnings, this would be like from ages ago. Okay, that's the thing. That's just like hearsay. So we'll change that to socials. That's things people are talking about. December watch list. I'm not even going to look at it. That can just go. My investments. I'm not in any of these, so I don't know why that's there. So I actually need to do one for Jan Sniper. That can go because we're well out of Jan now. This one can go. January watch list can go. Earnings 16th of the 11th, that can go. Okay. And then we just put in the sectors. Okay, so we've got our markets and we've got our sectors. So our sectors, what are they? We need to find them. So first one we've got is on the list of sectors. We've got XLY. So all of the sectors have different sector ETFs. They have normally like XLC, communication sector. XLY is a consumer discretionary. XLE is energy. So we're just going to have a look at for our work lines. We're going to look at those now. So we'll start with XLC, which is consumer select. Add that to watch list. Next one, you know what, we might as well look at them whilst we're doing that as well. Put that there. Okay, so add to workspace. And then we're going to put this on the monthly first. Bring this down. Add in the MACD, which is showing nothing at the moment. Okay, so monthly, drawing this monthly trend line, which would be from there to there. Change that so it's thick. Put in the moving averages. Cool. Now have a look at it on the weekly. Yeah, see, that's quite high. No possible entry yet. We'll just wait for that to come down. Cool. So next one is the consumer discretionary sector. So that'll be XLY. So we've already got this kind of lined up, which is good. So XLY on the monthly looks like that, which is really nice. So again, perfectly when we can see it on the monthly. That is a nice point to enter. It's moving up, and it's got a really nice trend line. Just look at it on the weekly quickly. You can see the MACD is increasing slightly. It's not too heavy. And it's looking like it's going to pull down ever so slightly. So that is a potential entry there already. So already, just from this method, you can see it's a little bit more clearer. So that's nice on that. Next one, let me just add that to the watch list as well. So sectors. Okay, so next sector is consumer staples, XLP. Again, beautiful trend line. And that's on the monthly as well. And we had that nice touch there on the, see that touch there, just on the moving average there. Again, I need to make sure that the 200's in there, especially if we're looking at it this long range. Rich, how you doing?
What up? What up?
What up? So you wasn't in yesterday's call, but I'm changing. I basically went through my risk to reward ratio and had a better look at it, and I realized for my risk to reward ratio being 1 to 5, because of my account size being 500, it doesn't make any sense. It means that I can only take 20 trades. So if I can only take 20 trades, it means I need the reward to be bigger. So I'm changing it to 25 to 1 risk to rewards instead of 5 to 1, which means I can still only take 20 trades until my total account goes, but the total returns change from 2,000 to 12,000 off that I can potentially make. So obviously it just makes more sense to do that, which means I need to look at things on a longer time frame, which is better, which means that I can take there's like less risk. So when you look at things on the monthly time frame like this, I'd be getting in on something like this here and then riding it all the way up, which gives me a massive gain. So it just kind of makes more sense. I was just listening to something Ian Dunlap said. As you know, I'm a massive fan of his, and he said, like, only idiots. I didn't say only idiots, but he basically said try and take less trades with bigger wins. So instead of trying to get into one trade every day or 2 trades every day like I was doing, you're not allowing the numbers to work in your favor. You're allowing, like, it's just like exactly like a casino. Like, the more times you're at the roulette table, the more times you can lose. Whereas if you're only going to the table 20 times in a year and you're looking for the big wins, you're better off. So let's draw in the weekly on this. And you can see, you can just make much better decisions on this. And then it means I can get into something. And because I'm looking at it on the weekly, I can literally leave the trade to run for weeks, for like 2, 3, 4 weeks, and watch the money pile up. Okay. I don't know if anyone wants to do the quick maths on it again, but whatever 25 times 25 is, whatever that is how much per trade. It's what, 550?
625.
625, yeah. So I'd rather get into trades where I can win 625 per trade versus getting into trades where I can win 125. It just makes sense. Cool. So the next sector is XLE, which is energy. And it kind of made me realize it is true. Like when you're focusing on too many things, you can't be efficient in one thing. And then a certain group of individuals that me and you both know, Rich, made me really realize like when you're looking at too much stuff, trying to make money in too many things, you just cause a problem for yourself. So monthly, I would say this is going down. And then as well, because of the lift trade that I did, that took me out because I wasn't looking at what was happening on the monthly again. So that's that. Monthly. Cool. Next one is XLF, which is financials. It's nice and easy to see that one. We can see the MACD is just coming up on this as well. So that was a nice touch there. Obviously on the monthly, MACD is just coming up here ever so slightly. But I would say there's a cheeky little resistance here, you know. So the financial sector could be. See what edge this. Oh, I can't believe I've not been doing this. It gives you a total different advantage of what you're looking at. Like I would never have ever looked at the financial sector on a monthly before, but now I can see things and I'm like, that looks like a tricky price point to me. Wow. Like as if we've just seen that. So yeah, the financial sector's on a bit of a knife edge at the moment. And I can't figure out if the financial sector goes down, if it takes anything else with it. But that is a very clear support. But it looks like it's going to come down and then make a wedge and then have a breakout around here. So basically, this time next week, we're either going to have a big crash or a big breakout. But this time next week is March. And in March, in 2 weeks.
No, next month, this time next month.
Would it be, so what's 2 weeks? What's the date today? The 12th, 11th. So yeah, 2 weeks from now is what day? 25th. So yeah, ending week of Feb. And that's when all the hedges and everybody starts reallocating their money. Okay. Either way, this is a very, very important find, this here, which is now maybe what's it doing on 4 hours? Look how nicely the 200-day moving average is underneath that trend line as well. It's teasing it. It really doesn't want to break through it. Okay, let me just check what the market's doing in correlation to that, because that's super interesting. So we'll go starting off with, we'll start with the S&P. New highs. Okay, S&P looks good. Doesn't look like it's about to turn around. Stochastic says otherwise. Is that decreasing green on the MACD? Yeah, I'd say that's lower than this. Okay, so it looks like we could potentially get a slight pullback on the entire market today. What that does for any positions you have and things. Let's have a look at what the VIX is saying. VIX is coming up a little bit as well. Yeah, VIX, stochastics of the VIX is up. Yep. Majorly up. Okay, so I think potentially there's going to be a slight market drawdown today. Everything's just looking like, and again on the US dollar basket as well. Let's just have a look at the US. Okay. Let's check. Do I even want to check FTSE? I'll check it for the sake of checking it. Yeah, there we go. Looked at it. EU. Let's come down. Let's have a look at this on the weekly. That's progressively making a slight higher high. It's getting closer to this point here. Japan. That data is so nice. In fact, I'm going to change that to a weekly. So that's a perfect example with the kind of thing that I'd want to get in. I'd want to get in this Japanese market if it came down and touched the trend line, because that's been moving along this since March 2020. So it's pretty solid. The same thing with what I saw with the Chinese market. And actually, that would be very interesting if the financial market moves down, what that does to the crypto market, because my crypto is absolutely killing it right now. What are we on for the week? 30%. So we're on 30% returns for the week on our crypto at the moment. Rich, I know you're absolutely.
Let's go.
What's your total returns percentage wise for this week?
Bro, I did a little naughty one with BAT, you know, BAT.
Yeah.
And loan has put me up like 30-40%.
Jeez.
And I just chucked $1,000 in it.
Jeez.
So
wow.
Yeah, man. I'll show you in a bit.
This is nice here. Okay, so based on that, let's have a look at this crypto index and see what crypto is saying. So yeah, crypto is just on an absolute tear. So is it possible that because the crypto is doing so well that this might, I don't know, is this either going to help the financial market the financial sector or make it turn around. This is what I can't figure out. Opinions?
I don't know, to be honest.
A weird one.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, you'd think the whole point of crypto is to kind of destabilize the financial markets, financial sectors, but it's the financial companies that are getting into the crypto. So it's a bit of a weird one. Although Bitcoin is almost at this 100% and very close to this turnaround point that I marked in before. So there could, oh, that's 50. Okay. So it's very close to, oh, it's already gone over 47. It's 48 now. Okay. No, I don't think Bitcoin is following the rules. Bitcoin makes up its own rules. Put in this weekly trend line. If you can even call that trend line. But we can see what's very interesting that we can see now, because we're looking at it on the weekly. This is actually the biggest weekly candles Bitcoin has ever had. Look at them in comparison. So that probably means it's been the biggest month for Bitcoin as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that candle. The last 2 out of 3 candles have created more movement, more price movement than pretty much the whole last 2 years almost. Okay, so the 50 mark is a mark where people might just go, right, that's too high now, right, let's try and short it. But my price target, where I'm expecting it to get to before it turns around and does a retracement, is 167,000 before it pulls back a little. So it's either going to be the 50K mark, 53K, or 67K.
Wow.
Ethereum. Again, same thing. Look at the size of these candles on the weekly in comparison to the previous, to the past.
Elon Musk, man. Elon Musk.
Yeah, this guy's causing problems. But you can see the 4th of Jan, before Musk was even saying anything. Look at the size of that candle there for the week of the 4th of Jan. Again, it's the biggest candle so far. So the big institutions have been putting more money, because that's not retail traders. No way. That's big boys making that kind of move. So we can see it. Look at, if this is monthly all time, look at this. Okay, let me just pull in the fib on this. So 28,000. Oh, 2,821. Okay. So let's put in potential price points. Yeah, this is hard to call now. This whole financial sector thing that I've just seen has really confused me. But it doesn't look like that candle, because it's a hammer, and look at the stochastics, doesn't look like it's trying to turn around. Same with Bitcoin, it doesn't look like it's trying to turn around. It looks like it's trying to burst through it. So okay, let's try and map some more of these, because that's left me a bit I potentially might take out 20% from everything that I'm holding at the moment. Because if you saw what I just saw in the financial sector. Okay, let's go healthcare, which is XLV. So that's the monthly. Let's add the 200 in. Say it's the go weekly. Yeah, that is a bit further down in. There we go, that's way more accurate. So we can see on the weekly, might be a good potential entry on the healthcare here. If it obeys this trend line, especially being as we've got the moving average really in line here. Biggest drawdown, I'd say, would be to 109. Let me just draw that there. That's potential entry in that one. Let's go next one, which is Industrials XLI, which will give us a bit of an indicator on what would have been happening with steel, to be fair. Ooh. Okay. So let's get rid of this. Stochastics is up. Perfect crossover. How clear that is. Okay. So industrials are looking like they're going up. So US Steel should do well then. So I've never seen this though. Literally all the moving averages merging together at the base point of the Dochan as well. Fairs. Okay. Next sector is Materials XLB. I think this is actually a trend line from here all the way there. Ever so slightly. And then the weekly would be from here to here. Yeah. So again, I'd want to get that as soon as it touched here. this is probably my favorite entry that I've seen so far because the trend line and the 50-day MA and the midpoint of the Dochan is really nicely around there. So that could be a possible contender. So that's XLB. Let's see what 25 to 1 on that is. I'm going to stop. And then limit 25 to 1. That'll be so I've been in it for a long time, from 700 almost to 10,000. Yeah, that's a long run, but we can see that it's capable of doing it. Okay, so let's just mark in. Yeah, that might take a couple of months on that one. So that one's a little bit too long. Next one, real estate, XLRE. Which is just a bit weird. I'd say this is more of a you can't even say it's support. It's just weird. So if it is a trend, it's really hard to call. Maybe weekly. Again, there's a bit of a support line there. Just cheekily. Interesting zone here. Again, it's just too high now. If that was around here where it just touched the 200-day moving average on that trend line, so this would have been the ideal entry point. This right here. That would have been perfect. Okay, so that's that. Technology, XLK. That's as clear as a trend line as you get, really, isn't it? Now, where would I want to get in that? If that comes anywhere near this trend line, I'm getting in. fact, I think I've just missed it this month. So wait for it to come back. Next one, Utilities XLU. Hmm. Yeah, I'd say that. I'd ignore that wick. It's the COVID wick. Really like that. That's a trend line. Really nice support there along the 200. It's hard to spot where the next trend line is, though. All these moving averages just bunched up here. Got all that there. Fact. You got literally all of the moving averages bunched up. You got the stochastics just about to cross through. RSI is mid. MACD's flat, but not really showing much what it's going to do. Let me see what an order would be like on this. Will it fall that low? Here. £10 risk. Oh my days. I think I might take this. American Utilities. It's £10 risk for the Dochan saying it's got a bit of space. $25 to 1. Boom, right there. £10 risk, 255 to gain.
So what number trade is this?
This would be trade number 1 if I take it.
Okay. So if you cross it after this. Check it on the monthly. Check the got.
Oh, come on. I really like this. Oh, yeah. And on the monthly, the MACD is decreasing. Okay, let's just double check that again. MACD is decreasing on the monthly. The weekly is also decreasing. On the daily, all these trend lines, all this action around here. Yeah, it's definitely what I want to see. I like it. Okay. Let me put an order on that one. Put an order on it because then it's not guaranteed what I'm doing. I can always come out of it if I find a better one. So that's utilities was what? XL. XLU. The £10 risk, £250 profit. Can't really complain. And it could do that, I reckon, judging by these candles, 2-3 weeks, max 4 weeks.
Is it enough stop loss?
It's £10.
Yeah, but the size of the stop loss. Is it big enough?
Yeah, because it's literally by all the averages. Unless I made it a little bit bigger.
Is it tight or not tight?
If I did my usual 25, call it 20, which then means I've got to move this up higher to get 25 to 1. Then got to move that to 500. Okay, let's mark it in. Cool. Okay, cool. So then let's just check some of the stocks. So the big players. So let's go to our live list because that's the sectors. So we had Kraft Heinz because of the earnings. They broke completely out of that wedge, which is really nice. So that's perfect definition of a wedge. We've got this here, boom, big breakout. You can see it better on the weekly. It was this here, the wedge, where it crossed over, bam, exploded out the top because the averages were in favor of it. So that's really nice. Astrazeneca. AstraZeneca. With this whole bloody thing that's going on with their vaccine. I just don't know. But they've got a wedge happening as well. Right here. So but they've had a lot of bad press recently. So they need some kind of miracle. Something like that they've got a one-shot vaccine or something like that. If you look at the stochastics, that's down majorly. If you look at their monthly, the stochastics has crossed over though. See that monthly upward trend This is very nice. So this is literally where anything's going to happen right now. So if this pops out, this could be a good trade. What's 25 to 1 on this? So it's not quite within my risk budget, but let's just mark it up just for curiosity's sake. $25 to 1 is there at the top of the Dochan as well. Oh my days, that is a peng trade. If this does this, okay, I've got to stay watching this just because I'm curious. Uber, what other earnings was there this week? Just quickly go to stock tweets, and then I'll wrap up. That'd be so funny if Astrazeneca have got their earnings this week, because oh my days, they do. They've literally just done their earnings today.
They've had the earnings today.
Yeah, so have Disney, so is Pepsi, so is Kraft Heinz. That is very interesting. That is very, very interesting. It just gets better now that I'm looking at it on the daily. Perfect breakout of the Dochan. Stochastics is up. No, for it to go up. MACD is actually decreasing on the, yeah, MACD is decreasing as well.
Think it'll go up?
Yeah.
No.
I think their earnings is going to be ridiculous.
Oh, in that sense, yeah.
Yeah. Because they've just had half the world buy their bloody vaccine.
True. There are chances that it will go down before trying to get rid of the small players.
Yeah, which is what it's been doing.
Because there's too many government.
There's every man and his dog will be trying to get into AstraZeneca because of the vaccine thing, but not many people will be getting in it before like around this earnings time. So because it's going down.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What if it goes down before to take people out and then shoots up? They don't want to get in it too early because it'll take you out again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is Disney. Yeah, that needs to change. That weekly stochastics is crazy. So we've got these two trend lines, this one here, and this secondary one here. Bounce straight off it. It's flying up now. Sky News. Anything about AstraZeneca?
No,
No.
about a Polish butcher, aged 26, found guilty of the rape and murder of 4 student Lily Squire.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So that's this session done for today. Potentially going to get into that United Utilities. No, not United Utilities. United Utilities. But I'm just going to have a quick look at Tesla as well because I'm curious because they had a wedge going on. Oh, they broke below. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So wait, you buy Bitcoin, you have an incredible earnings release, and you're low. Some punk, some hedge fund is desperately trying to kill Tesla, and it's not going to work.
Something to do with his other company.
Oh, with the
Because the
SpaceX thing.
Yeah, because the shuttles keep on exploding.
Yeah, which is weird because it really annoys me because they're two completely separate companies, but it does actually affect it. So yeah, you're probably right there, you know. Because what ends up happening with that is a lot of retail traders take their money out of Tesla if something happens in SpaceX. Let me see if this SpaceX is on the market yet. No, it's not on the market yet. Yeah, that's probably what it is. So I'm expecting Tesla is due. It was due a pullback anyway, but then it's due a massive run as well. You can see it's just teasing it. It doesn't really know what it wants to do here. I'd say that's even a cheeky support line. So I actually got a bit of room to come down just a tiny bit more. Yeah, on the weekly, you can see it a bit more as a support line. Yeah, monthly, it's not even phased. Cool. Thank you very much. Anyway, guys, I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. See you.
There is. Why does it do that?